What up, Iron Man fans? This is Sean Long of BKBN, and welcome to the Iron Man 3 live discussion show. I'm your host for the next hour. I'll be answering questions and talking Iron Man 3. Now, of course, this show is spoiler filled, so if you haven't seen Iron Man 3, probably best you stay away from the show unless you don't care about spoilers. So, let me promote the show real quick and we'll talk Iron Man. So if you guys have any questions or any things you want me to discuss, feel free to write it in the comments section. So let me promote the show real quick. Let's see if this will work again. Just be a moment. Freaking Facebook. Okay, give me a moment, you guys. I will. Iron Man. I am Iron Man. My movie's awesome and screw the haters. And it made 175 million just in the US alone. Woo! So it's made over 680 million worldwide. 680 million worldwide. $680 million worldwide. You gotta love it. It's right behind the Avengers for all-time opening weekends too. Gotta love it. We love Iron Man. Woo! Alright, let me promote the show. Sorry I got distracted there. But guys, feel free to put your comments and talk Iron Man. And I believe tonight, me and the BKBN crew are also doing a podcast show about Iron Man. So, but this is a live show with Iron Man. So, yeah, there you go. Let me promote this. All right. Why doesn't this update automatically? You haven't watched it, Caesar? Yeah, you gotta go, man. Seen it Tuesday? How can you wait? How can people wait for movies like that? It was hard enough to wait like a week after people in the UK and China or whatever overseas got to see it, and having them wait an extra like 5 days or whatever. I'm like, hell no. I saw it Thursday, 9 p.m. Man. Still got some Iron Man reviews. I'm gonna do Iron Man 3 Lego set today. Plus, I got a hold of the Iron Man 3 after credit scene for you guys. You'll like it. So yeah, let me promote this real quick. Oh, why did I post that twice? Hold on. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be spoiler filled. Like, even if I was keeping spoiler free, someone would spoil it because people can be dicks, man. Seriously. Okay, let me promote this. Sorry, guys. Remember, this will be full of spoilers, so yeah. Okay, hold on. Time. Right. By the way, this movie has a lot of people divided. There's people like me that love it, and there's people that hate it. For obvious reasons, I totally understand why. But at the same time, movie universes and comic universes have always been different. I don't think there's ever been a comic book movie, even like the Avengers and Dark Knight, where every 100% of people absolutely love. You're awesome, Jamie. I wouldn't mind. I just want a Hot Toys Pepper Potts regardless. It doesn't have to be extremist Pepper Potts. What did you not like about Iron Man 3? Well, okay, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The whole thing about the Mandarin being an actor, spoiler alert. Um, that, yeah, that was a little disappointing, but the way they used it made sense. I talked about this in my Iron Man spoiler video, but I'm here to talk about it again. Um, yeah, it'd been cool to see the Mandarin with the magical rings and take on Iron Man, but to me, it's okay because it made sense for a story. The way the Mandarin is, I don't know how he would. I thought he would never be in the movies in some format. I thought that one dude in the Iron Man 1 that was holding his rings, that people were saying that he was going to become the Mandarin and stuff like that, which would have been cool, but you know, it just, I couldn't see. Oh, thank you, Whedon 13, you're awesome. Uh, yeah, I know, Chris. I totally thought it was a great twist. I think, like I said, the character um, has been done so many different ways. The Iron Man animated show from the '90s, Iron Man Armored Avengers, the Invincible Iron Man movie. He's been done so many different ways, and some people like one way versus the other. But you know, he's a very hard character to pull off in the movies. Like I always wonder that, and you know, I can understand they can do magic type stuff now, but Mandarin always seemed more of a Thor type of villain than Iron Man. I always thought, and even Stan Lee said this, I always thought Doctor Doom was a better Iron Man villain than the Mandarin, or even though he's a Fantastic Four villain, I always thought Doctor Doom was a way better villain to Iron Man than anyone else, or even Norman Osborn. Is someone that's like someone that's rich but very smart and technological than someone that's magic. I know it's always the whole magic versus technology, but the rings are whole magic, alien technology. I mean, the thing about the whole movie, it opens up the possibilities that maybe Trevor can become the Mandarin or someone else can become the Mandarin with the rings. It doesn't mean that character. I mean, it yeah, Ben Kingsley could easily come back and become evil. You know, like he finds those rings and then they realize how much he's wasted his life on acting and drugs and becomes evil and seeks out revenge and yeah. But I never thought I wasn't angry about it. I thought the movie hit everything I wanted to see in an Iron Man movie. You know, you had dealing with Tony Stark, showing his how he's like MacGyver and how he gets out of situations without his armor. When he did have his armor, how freaking amazing all his different armors were, and seeing all the different armors come to life. That final battle was freaking amazing. That to me was like as jaw dropping as the final battle with in the Avengers. But yeah, I mean, and even the scenes with the kid was freaking awesome. Yeah, like the kid was like hilarious, but like the stuff back and forth was just like cracking me up. And yeah, a lot of people say just like with the Transformer movies and everything, there's too much humor. But Iron Man's always been a sarcastic, funny guy, so I always thought like it made sense for the character, and I thought it was funny. Yeah, I am looking for the Man of Steel. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Who knows? Well, the whole thing with Aldrich Killian, he was a character from the Extremist storyline, which that's one of my favorite Iron Man storylines. And he was a character. He helped create the Extremist virus with Maya Hayes, um, but he killed himself in the beginning of that comic. So they turned the character. They pretty much turned him and the one guy from the Extremists. I'm trying to remember his name. He was a he. If you can watch the motion comic of it on Netflix right now. Here, hold on. Let me get it. Extremists. I know the character they had. They also had Cold Blood, but they kind of made him a combination of two other characters too. Um, and they had yeah, like I know his name. His name was Tim William Long. Let's see, it was the oh Yeah, yeah, it was Mullen. That's who. See, I always thought, yeah, that's exactly. I always got his name mixed up, but yeah, Mullen was the character in the um, that they kind of combined with Aldrich Killian, like giving him the extremist powers and everything. They kind of mixed the Mandarin, Aldrich Killian, and Mullen into one character, just like how Whiplash was a combination of Blacklash, uh, and of course, um, uh, Crimson Dynamo and Iron Man 2. So Iron Man's villains, except for Ironmonger, have all been combined with like other people, like So I hope Justice League movie comes out. Yeah, I mean that the Extremist storyline was pretty dark, and yeah, they even kind of used parts when like um, that one, and she was an AIM soldier that they used in the movie. Her name, like when I saw the name, I recognized it as an AIM villain. And by the way, and it was cool how they incorporated AIM, even though Aldrich Killian had nothing to do with AIM in the story. So hold on, I know her name. Let me get it. It was yeah, Ellen Brand. Ellen Brand was an AIM soldier, and it was cool when I saw her name. Hey, it's Ellen Brand. Yeah, it was like, so I thought that was perfect because she works for AIM. She didn't have extremist powers, but it was cool because the way she killed that one guy in the bar was very much how Mullen did in the extremist storyline, like putting the arm through the chest and everything. So I thought it was really cool, all the comic references. My favorite scene, man, that's hard. I freaking like the final battle was pretty awesome. I love the uh just like yeah, like the Malibu, his mansion attack scene was pretty awesome. I loved yeah, like man, there were so many good parts in it, but yeah, I mean, it was just so many things. Yeah, I know. That was flying into a truck and hitting some beams there. And love that. The Mark 42 was freaking awesome. Yeah, when the Mark that there were so many great scenes. Once again, spoiler. The show is spoiler free, so I mean spoiler filled. Um, yeah, like that scene where the Air Force One scene where he's rescuing everyone in Air Force One, and then after he rescues them, the armor gets hit by a truck. I thought that was Tony in the truck. I mean, in the armor, and it turns out he controlled it all from the boat. So I thought that was hilarious and awesome. Yeah, the credit scene was funny. I love seeing Bruce Banner in there. People were upset that it didn't set up uh, Thor, the Dark World, or Guardians of the Galaxy. But you know what? They're just like little fun things. Like yeah, the Avengers after credit scene they had like a couple. They had the um the one with Thanos, and then they had the shawarma scene. So I thought that scene was supposed to be kind of like the shawarma scene. Like it was just supposed to be a little funny little end credit thing. It wasn't trying to set up anything because people got upset about. Even though I love the movie Iron Man 2 because it was pretty much setting up the Avengers, but so it's like okay, you get mad if a movie sets up another movie, but then if it doesn't set up a movie, it's like you can't please everyone. That's what this movie proves. You cannot please everyone. Yeah, where were the Avengers? I'm pretty sure like they'll explain like Thor was battling Malekith the accused or curse whatever in the during this time, and then Captain America was dealing with the Winter Soldier. So I'm pretty sure they'll explain everything. The first one is still great. It's still great. It's to me, I like Iron Man better than Batman Begins, even though I love Batman more, and that's a big thing to do. I thought Iron Man had a better pace and everything. Um, yeah, where's the rest of it? That hell cracked man. No, the armors weren't too weak. They were battling extremist soldiers. They weren't just people. I mean, I think if he was fighting like, I think the extremist powers were even more powerful than the um, the Chitari and the Avengers because they had like healing powers. They had like heat, fire, breath, and all that stuff. So yeah, yeah, I mean, they were more powerful and stuff. That's why he needed all those armors. I mean, like they were, yeah. I was shocked, but I wasn't like upset. Like I said, the fact we had any reference to the Mandarin in this movie is shows that wow, they found a way to incorporate him and stuff. Yeah, I saw it in IMAX 3D too. It was really awesome. Which armor do you like? Mark 42 is awesome. I really like the Heartbreaker armor, Igor. There was a lot of great armors in this. Oh yeah, like that one dude. That one dude is from that show Happy Endings. I love him. Um, yeah, kind of tattooed your face on my arm. Yeah, you guys can. The funniest scene. Yeah, the Discovery Mandarin was the actor. That was hilarious. I have to admit, he was Ben Kingsley stole that man. He was awesome. It's hard to steal a scene from Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I know. Killing was like Godzilla. I thought that was great. I mean, yeah, because the extremist armor, extremist virus does do that, where you have like that fire power type of thing. But no, wow, a lot of people are watching this show. Man, it's either because I watched it or yeah. Yeah, I love the Hulkbuster Igor. Hot Toys is making a figure of it. I'm definitely getting. Believe me, I totally understand that a lot of people were said about how the Mandarin was portrayed, but man, even though Bane was pretty comic accurate, except for some parts like the Venom and whatnot, people got upset when it turned out Talia was the one. Spoiler alert to anyone that didn't see The Dark Knight Rises. If you haven't seen that by now, what is wrong with you? But how they kind of took Bane's storyline, incorporated it into Talia al Ghul. So I was cool with that. It's like a lot of people would get upset. I mean, okay, I love my comic book characters, but the comic books have messed up, like with the DC New 52 or any Ultimate Marvel, whatever, have messed up comics. The comic creators, or not creators, the comic book companies mess up their own characters within the comics than as much as movies have. Because every new comic book writer or new story, they always change something or do something, or they retell the origin. Some people love it, some people hate it. But when you have these characters, like Superman just turned 75 years old this year. Batman turned 74. Like Iron Man has been around since the 60s. It's like so crazy. I mean, oh, excuse me, coffee. Oh man. Anyway, so it's hard to, like, Batman and Superman in particular have been changed around so much from their origins. Yeah, there's things that have been kept the same throughout, even in the movies, but like even the Batman 1989, the Joker did not kill Batman's parents. That made sense in the plot and a great story for the movie, but no, like Batman Begins was more faithful to that it wasn't the Joker and all that stuff. But in the sense of a great story in a movie, it was great, and it kind of made sense in a way. But you know why, like the Joker would be Batman's like sworn enemy. Anyway, but yeah, so they've changed things so much. You know, sometimes changes suck, like Galactus being a cloud and Rise of the Silver Surfer. You know, and sometimes the changes can be good. But it just really depends on how you think of that. I mean, like I said, Iron Man, man, 60, 40, 50. Yeah, Iron Man just turned 50 years old this year, man. So that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, 50 years old. Iron Man is still 25 years younger than Batman and Superman, but 50 years Iron Man is old. So that's really awesome. Iron Man, 50 years, Superman 75. That's a good year for comic book movies so far. I loved Iron Man 3. I can't wait for Man of Steel, Thor: The Dark World, Kick-Ass 2. It's gonna be awesome. 15. Yeah, so I think it's cool that Iron Man is 50 years old. Yeah, Iron Man's old and yeah, 50 years. Does anyone remember Iron Patriots? Yeah, that was awesome. War Machine, Rocks or Rules or something. Yeah, I was shocked, but I was thinking she would live if she had the Extremists in there, so I was right. This to me, okay, the Dark Knight Rises was epic too. I thought there was more action, and there was more action in The Dark Knight Rises than there were in other Batman movies. Batman is a character that he's gonna do more fist fighting, and he has some cool sequences. But the Bat or Batwing, whatever, it's the Bat, but it's I want to call it the Batwing. That whole chase sequence made it the most action packed. However, Iron Man's movies have always had more action, even though like you get not as much Iron Man screen time. There's still more action, I think, and the humor was a lot better in Iron Man 3, obviously, but I love The Dark Knight Rises. I love Iron Man 3. It's hard to compare them to. They were both, if they're doing trilogies, yeah, they're both the end. They kind of made Iron Man, the end of Iron Man 3 made it seem like he's just going to start from scratch, but it didn't seem like he was going to stop being Iron Man. It just, I thought it was really emotional and comforting to see that he took out the arc reactor, because in the comics he took that out a while ago, and yeah, he doesn't need that anymore to live. So I thought that was great, and I wonder how they're gonna deal with this big gaping hole in his chest. I always thought it was like, damn, how do you fit that thing in there with your heart in? Always, but that's the movies for you. I think I was expecting a little more. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We always have these high expectations, and sometimes it could be good to have that, and sometimes they mean it. But I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than utterly disappointed. It's like I never expected Iron Man 3 to be as good as the Avengers, because that's like a super, like the top Marvel people joining up in this big epic movie, and Iron Man 3 is like now another solo act. Well, he had Iron Patriot and other people, but it's, you can't like expect so much from these movies. It's hard when you're trying to please comic book fans, the hardcore comic fans, the general audience. These movies, Iron Man 3, because of the Avengers, it cost $200 million to make that movie. As much as the Avengers 2, I can definitely see why. Ooh, man, it definitely looked pricey. Ever watch certain movies and you think, man, this movie cost a lot of money to make? You can just tell. There's some movies like, yeah, like that they cost money to make, but it doesn't cost as much. You watch them, but like Kick-Ass obviously didn't cost as much as like the Avengers, but you watch like freaking like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and it's like, man, this movie looked pricey. Holy crap! Yeah, and this one definitely looked pricey and everything. But yeah, like the whole thing, comparing it to The Dark Knight Rises, it was felt like someone put it. I said the Iron Man Rises, but someone put the Stark Knight Rises. I thought that was hilarious. That good one. And it definitely had a lot. But going back to the end of The Dark Knight Rises really made it where Bruce Wayne was done being Batman. Once again, spoiler alert: if you haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, what is wrong with you? And then John Blake, Robin, was going to become the new Batman. However, this one, Iron Man is going to be back, obviously in the Avengers 2. We'll probably even have some more Iron Man, like Iron Man 4 or 5, whatever. So, to me, I hope Robert Downey Jr. returns. I really do. I hope Disney and Marvel want to keep him, because he is just amazing. He is Iron Man. And he's played Iron Man now 5 times, actually, because he was at the end of The Incredible Hulk. Yeah, and I liked how they, Tony, yeah, because he's not just like even Captain America pointed out, he's not a soldier, he's not a god, he's not, like a guy that can become an unstoppable monster. He's not like even like Hawkeye or Black Widow, where he's a super genius industrialist philanthropist, whatever. But yeah, he doesn't have any like real fight skills like compared to everyone else in the Avengers. He just he relies on his suit and his mind and everything. Even that's the thing. Why do people love Batman so much? Dude, Batman. I love Batman. I saw Mr. Cartoon Lover, but yeah, I mean, the reason why I love Batman and Iron Man so much, I love it when we love superheroes like Superman. We love, like Hulk and all these like superheroes, but like Iron Man and Batman show that, yeah, it does take, they're billionaires, but it can show if you use your mind and your resources, anyone can be a superhero. And that's why people gravitate towards characters like Batman and Iron Man. And that's why I love them. It's like, yeah, it's great to be an alien from another planet that is powered by our sun to have heat vision, flight, strength, endurance, and vulnerability, all that stuff. But it's also another to just use your resources and your mind to get out of situations and teach yourself to become the best superhero possible, even though you weren't born that way. So it's like what Iron Man said: heroes aren't born; they're built. You know, all that stuff. You know. Ah, man. Oh yeah, the giant bunny. Yeah, that was crazy. I know. I know Robert Downey Jr. can't play the part forever. Hugh Jackman has played Wolverine now for 13 years now. That's pretty crazy. Like he's been Wolverine the first three X-Men movies, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, the Wolverine. He'll be in literally 7 movies as Wolverine. That's pretty damn awesome. I don't know anyone else that's ever played a comic book character that much than Hugh Jackman. So kudos to Hugh Jackman, and I want him to play as long as possible. What's great about Wolverine, he's an old dude, but he looks young, and that's how Hugh Jackman has gotten older, but he still looks like he can play Wolverine. He doesn't look like he's like too. It's not like how when you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 1, 2, and 3, he definitely looks older in each of those films, even though those movies, he's supposed to be the same robotic, cyborg character that shouldn't age and look different. But yeah, I mean, especially Terminator 1 and 2, it wasn't that much of a difference besides the hair, but that was fine. But Terminator 3, he definitely looked older. It's like you can tell he was like over 10 years old, that one. But yeah, he started the Terminator 1 in his 30s, Terminator 2 in his 40s, Terminator 3 in his 50s. So yeah, that was like, yeah, man. Oh, sorry, Boogie. Real quick, if you guys watched my free comic book day haul, when I was out too, I got, I want you guys to know, I'm going to review the Superman and Zod here. I got the Movie Masters Zod and of course Superman, and I got Jarrell on the way. These are really awesome figures. Like Mattel makes crappy 33/4-inch figures, but I have to say these figures look so good. They look just like the characters. I love the sculpting and detail. Superman's cape works really well. I'll talk about them, but I'm really happy about these figures, and yeah, so I'm very excited for Man of Steel, but Iron Man to me is my favorite superhero. Like it would be, to me, it would be like in order of superheroes to be Batman, Iron Man, like it'd be like Spider-Man and then Superman. Yeah, so I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna miss the John Williams theme in this song. Yeah, I remember that song. I was a big fan of that song. I'm blue, double D, double D, dum. Which Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight or the Dark Knight? But yeah, very cool. Love these Movie Master figures, and I can't wait for the San Diego Comic Con exclusive set for sure. Yeah, that was funny at the beginning. So yeah, you guys have any questions or anything you want me to discuss, what I thought and everything, and I'll talk more about this in the BKBN podcast for sure. But I can't believe, yeah, Iron Man is 50 years old this year. I can't believe that. Good timing on the part to, yeah, man. Makes no sense. Why? Oh yeah, guys, I'm selling a lot of Star Wars figures and video game figures and DC figures right now. Link is in a bar for my eBay thing. I'm selling like classic Star Wars figures from Power of the Force, vintage collection, Clone Wars. I'm selling some video game figures like Guile from Street Fighter, selling Rocky NECA figures, Mortal Kombat, a lot of cool stuff. So yeah. So make sure to check that out. What's the best and worst Iron Man 3 figure you have? Well, the worst ones are those piece of bleep ass assemblers. But my best one are the Marvel Legend ones, obviously. I mean, I Hasbro pretty much killed me wanting to collect 3 through 4 inch figures because of their crappy 3 through 4 inch Iron Man figures. I talked about this in my Ass Assemblers video. If you want to see me angry, watch that video. You'll love it. But yeah, I mean, I got into collecting 3 through 4 inch figures because the Iron Man 2 line, Marvel Universe, Star Wars Vintage Collection, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, and all that 25th anniversary. But pretty much killed it for me, man. They killed it. Like, seriously. How do you go from those awesome, articulated, detailed Iron Man 2 figures to man, the Iron Man 3... The Avenger figures were okay. I mean, like, they could have better articulation. The detail was pretty good, but man, the crappy Iron Man 3 figures, oh. Even if you want to build an armory from that, it's still, Why do people prefer DC over Marvel? Well, I don't know. I thought people preferred Marvel over DC in the way it looked, besides Batman. No, I didn't predict that the vice president would be a traitor at all. Oh, I know. Got my Movie Masters Batman, Green Lantern, Superman. Movie Masters Justice League. Woo! Oh, I know. Yeah, I want the Movie Masters Zod. I don't know why they made so many variants of Zod. I can understand why didn't the one that just came out have the shackles in there. I mean, are the shackles permanently on him or something? Like, they should have made a regular one with him with shackles, and then an armor one, and the Flora one. They made Jor-El, Superman. The same way with the Superman. There's a Superman figure without a key, or whatever, Kryptonian key, and then there's one with. That's the same figure, though. It's not like it has a different head sculpt, I don't think. So that's one thing that's irritating me about Mattel. It's like, here's the early figures, but the ones that are coming out later will be like the same, but with more stuff. So if you want to have the figures early, you won't get any crap except a stand. But if you want the same, if you can wait, you'll get an extra accessory with them. Thanks, Mattel. Oh man. Yeah, Iron Man, in a way, is the Batman of Marvel. He doesn't have the fighting skills of Batman, and he has a different personality, but he is a lot like Batman, which I always like, but he's more high-tech. His suit's flying, all that stuff. Batman has, like, vehicles. Iron Man has armors, obviously. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yep, a Superman utility belt, I know. My favorite Hot Toys Iron Man right now, the Mark 6 for the Iron Man, the Iron Monger. Holy crap, that thing is freaking amazing. I love it to death. I love Ironmonger. Yeah, I know. Andrew Garfield to me is Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, he did it right. He seemed more crying a lot more than like wisecracking, but I love Andrew Garfield. He's awesome. Yeah, I have a Superman Lego set, Man of Steel. I have the one with Lois Lane. One thing and they did this with the Avengers Lego. I understand why, but if you want to collect all the sets, you get too many of the same character. Like every Man of Steel set has a Superman and Zod, but if you get the $50 set that has like the Attack on Smallville, whatever. Ooh, excuse me. Whew. That one comes with Aura and an army guy and another Kryptonian guy. But then if you get the one I got, that has Lois Lane, Jor-El, Zod, and Superman, which is the best. But then there's like a $12 set that just has Superman, Zod. So It's like if you end up getting all 3 sets because you want all the characters, you have like 3 Zods and 3 Supermans. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. At least with the Iron Man 3 sets, you got a different armor for each one, so that was cool. I like that. But I don't know. It's like, well, I think, well, yeah, or if you didn't, you at least got more characters, like different characters, like the man, the other set I got, like the $12 set with the Mandarin and Iron Man, the final battle, final battle. Oh, Lego, you totally fooled us. Anyway, that and I'll review that too. I'll review that today. The Iron Man Mandarin set, that one had the Heartbreaker armor, but the Mandarin had like a sleeveless look compared to the Malibu Attack one I reviewed. So I thought that was funny. I didn't think they rushed the ending. That didn't feel rushed at all. No, I didn't get any Justice 3/4 inch figures. I don't know. I've seen those figures in person. I'm pretty much done with 3/4 inch figures. This year has killed it for me. There's no reason to collect any more for me. I stopped collecting Marvel Universe. I stopped collecting G.I. Joe. I'm not saying 3/4 inch figures are bad, but with the way they've been treated, like from Hasbro, Mattel doesn't give a crap. Hasbro started to less give a crap, especially with movie figures. And yeah, I'm done. Like I never even like Hasbro with their 12-inch, like that 12-inch Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Star Wars figures. Oh, crappy! It's like can they? It's like they don't. Companies only care about 6-inch figures. It seems like now. It's like unless it's Hot Toys and Interbay and all that stuff, only companies care about making good 6-inch figures, and that's it. Everything else in every scale is crap. 12-inch figures, gimmicky or crappy. 3/4 inch figures, gimmicky and crappy, unless it's Marvel Universe and some other ones, but they're, yeah. And look at even Star Wars. Star Wars figures have gotten less articulation. The only ones that will have good articulation and detail will be the new 6-inch figures that come out. Yeah, I want Robert Downey Jr. to be in every Iron Man Avengers movie. Do you ever make customs? I don't, but I buy them sometimes. I semi-make customs with Hot Toy figures, but yeah. It's just I use different outfits and a head and extra body and make a custom, but I don't sculpt it or anything. Okay, yeah, sure. The Man of Steel figures, in honor of Superman Unbound coming out, I'll review Superman, and then I'll do General Zod. So yeah, Neil before Zod. Hell no! Yeah, so these figures are really nice. I love the sculpting. They don't have an out crunch, and they could have easily added out crunch like the NECA one did, but they're really nice figures. I'm really happy with them. They look really good. I really like them a lot. If you've been collecting DC Universe Classics as much as I have, then you know, or Movie Master figures, you know what to expect. Same level of articulation. I think the Green Lantern figures were the most unique. Every figure was different sculpting, different good articulation. Those were still my favorites, and that Parallax figure was amazing. Favorite Spider-Man villain? Venom. He is just amazing. I love the character. Oh yeah, I'm gonna review Blitzwing and Springer this week too, so stay tuned for that, you guys. And I'm gonna review Beast Hunter, Shockwave, and a bunch of. Yeah, he is the best Avenger Iron Man. He's always been my favorite. I love the final battle on Iron Man 3. I was like, man, so many jaw-dropping moments. It was like incredible. I loved it. I know a lot of people are divided with this film. There's a lot of people like me that love the film, say it's the best one, and then there's people like that totally hate this film and say it's awful and how can they do this? And it's been like that with every single film, every comic book movie. There's people that hate movies that they'll do amazing at the box office and even get good critical acclaim, but it's like, man, they're just haters, man. Where do they sell the Man of Steel figures? Right now, I found these at Walmart, so yeah, check your local Walmart. I'm excited for Thor 2. I cannot wait. I notice in every Thor movie or every movie that Thor is in, he's always like, no! I always find that funny. best Iron Man villain that's not the Mandarin. I really liked yeah, besides Ironmonger and stuff, I Ezekiel Zeke Stain. Ezekiel Stain, that was cool. Like watch the new Iron Man, Rise of Technovore. That was a pretty cool movie. I liked Iron Man 3 better than that one, but yeah. I really liked man, there's so Iron Man has so many crazy villains. If you watch the Iron Man animated show, like the Ping Ping Boom and like MODOK with AIM and yeah, it's Iron Man has had some crazy villains. It's really hard. Yeah, the whole Whiplash thing. Um, I don't know where Avengers 2 will go storyline, but Josh, we didn't even have the idea with it before the Avengers 1, so I thought that was funny. So yeah, you guys, Grievous. Do you read Marvel now? No, I haven't been following the comics lately. It gets so crazy and it gets too much. That's the thing. I have these like my free comic book day haul. If you saw that yesterday, all these comics I picked up. I have to go through all of them. Holy crap! It's so many comics. I was unlucky to get. They sold out of the Injustice comic and the what's it called um the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic. That's the one I wanted the most. But so many good comics. But I usually read them digitally. I'll like follow digitally or I'll get the trade. That's what I do. I like buying trades. Like I like having a full story arc in one sitting instead of waiting a couple weeks between stories, issues and stuff. Final Battle, it's hard to explain. I just want you to go watch it. It's like me telling it. It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm spoiling things, but it was just pretty epic with all the armors. Yeah, Stark Tower. Yeah, you know one thing? I think Tony's gonna move to New York and live at Stark Tower. I think that's what he'll do. Oh God. Huh. Mark 42, maybe. I think it was more trying to be the Bleeding Edge armor, which has the circle, than the Extremis. I thought the Mark 6 reminded me a lot of the Extremis armor. Ugh. Oh God, sorry. I have allergies. Where do you get comics? I mean, I support the local comic shops. I bought go through like A1 Comics, Empire Comics, but I go through the Comixology or DC and Marvel official comic apps and buy them there. I like having digital comics because then I don't have a whole pile of comics laying around. It's like I love the art and I love having it in my hand, but at the same time, comics are the hardest thing to display or put away, and like keeping comics in boxes, that's like still a hard thing. Like you have to organize them, and it's just like it's like worse than organizing movies because at least with movies you can put it on a shelf and it's easy access. You can do that with trades or hardcover paperbacks, but you can't do that with single issue comics because they don't have any. I wish like they had like a little spine, like just a short little spine saying like the Walking Dead issue 2 volume 4 whatever. But they don't do that. They try to make comics are expensive, but yeah, it's like. But I support the comic industry definitely. So like at least digitally and trade paperbacks and stuff. What? Oh crap! Hold on a sec, guys. Oh crap! Yeah, I just fought the after. Well, yeah, it wasn't trying to set up any movie. It was just a funny little scene. I love having it in my hand. Yeah. All right. Damn, guys, I totally apologize. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Guys, I totally apologize. Something came up, nothing bad, but I thought I had to, like, I was gonna do the show for 15 more minutes to make it a full hour, but I have to actually end the show right now. And just the English, no, I'm not gonna do that. Why did Tony throw the heart thing? No, he threw it because he didn't need it anymore. It was a symbol that he was ready to move on, and the next phase of Iron Man. Yeah, I have seen a Death Battle Batman versus Spider-Man. My favorite Hot Toys figure is my 1989 Batman, Michael Keaton Batman from 1989. Yeah, but sadly, guys, I have to end the show right now. Tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, we're supposed to do a BKBN podcast about the Iron Man 3. So me and a bunch of guys will talk about that tonight. So we'll continue the conversation. And I hope I answered your guys' questions. I'll do another live show next week, as always, earlier now, either around noon my time, 1 o'clock my time. Yeah. So, guys, I'm so sorry. I ended a little bit earlier than I thought, but mostly the per hour. But yeah, I'm selling a bunch of Star Wars figures, DC figures, lots of figures on bkbn.net. I mean, not bkbn.net. My eBay account link is in the inner bar, so see that. Also, vote for what you guys like to see me review more, like the Man of Steel figures, Transformers, Power Rangers, whatever, Marvel Legends, Hot Toys. Vote at longshotdreams.com. Keep voting because there's some weird error that sometimes the vote doesn't go through. So vote again. I'm sorry I keep saying that. And stay tuned for bkbn.net for more geek news, reviews, podcasts, and more. And check out bkbn.net tonight for the Iron Man 3 review podcast. So yeah, you guys, you have a good night. And remember to celebrate your Nunum in a big way. And go see Iron Man 3. It's amazing.